Good. All right. And for those of you that just joined us, good morning and welcome to Future Friday. And we have Gayle Mack with us this morning, and we're ready to roll. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going. Oh,
I've got the
oh, you
infinity.
kind of broke up.
Just yeah. So whenever you're ready, I'll just start typing it in.
Okay, so as you see here in the first name, we have AAA raising, because the name of the panel is Raising Quantum Resonance. So for those who have not been on the calls before, with me, I like to put my custom libraries all at the top. So I put capital A, capital A, capital A. And sorry, with being on my the emails coming through, please ignore. So I put 3 A's in the beginning, so they all come to the top. So all my custom libraries are accessible at the top, and my clients are down below, so they don't get mixed in alphabetically. So AAA Raising, R-A-I-S-I-N-G, is the first name. The second name is Quantum Resonance, and you put raising in there twice there, Jesse. So can you take out in the last name raising and just...
And then I'm going to adjust the date.
Okay. Yes, and today's date.
And then what would you like to put in identifying characteristics, Gayle?
For the greatest good, for myself, loved ones, and humanity.
All right.
Okay, so then in the photo you can either take a picture of yourself, you can take a picture of family, of your family, of your home, your work environment. You can take a picture of your favorite spiritual picture or statue. You can use your creativity and be creative on where you want to, whatever your focus is for the greatest and highest good and raising quantum resonance. So that's the beautiful thing. Oh, you're picking a picture. Oh, yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful picture. I like that graphic. Okay. And let's see. I was reading my notes here. Okay, so then on the spectral voice analysis, we will say raising quantum resonance for the greatest and highest good. So for those who don't know, FTHG in the panel is for the highest good. I always say greatest good. That's just me, but it means the same thing. So, did you record me talking?
I did. I got the part. It was actually perfect. As you were saying, for the highest and greatest good. That's what it was saying.
I figured because we chuckled. Okay. So then let's do the scan and then the aura scan. I always like to scan the aura first in the beginning before I start, so people can see where they're at and they can see where their chakras and their energies are a little muddy or murky. And then at the end, I like to take the picture scan the aura again so you can see how your energy has shifted.
All right, so shall I do the aura quick before we go into anything else, Gail?
Yes, please.
Okay. That's a pretty aura, huh? That's yours.
Okay, so that's pretty nice. So down in the bottom right where the white mark is, there's a lot of information for those who aren't aware. And if you have a few moments, you can always tap in there. And when you scroll through, when you tap on the white question mark, it does tell you about the colors. So, and then the aura colors, it's kind of left to your interpretation. This is just a basic overview that gives you some direction. So I always, go with my intuition too. But for me, when I'm working on the aura panels, I like to see the brighter colors. So if it's a little murky, muddy, or very faint, then it lets me know that there's either an excess of energy or a deficiency of energy. So the colors are pretty good all the way around, but underneath the lower chakras, underneath the body, there is a little bit of murkiness, so that could be a greater pop of color. Pastel colors could be that you're in a passive place. I find that when I'm when I'm fully active, my auras and my colors are very bright jewel tone colors, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. But here you can see that there's energy coming in. The pink energy mixed in with the purple from the heavens is coming down into my heart area, and it's also coming across from the left side, so I'm getting a nice little triangulation of balance. So, and have the healing coming in. Yellow is attraction, blue is communication. So for me, that's pretty good, but it can always be better. Okay, so let's move on back to the Da Vinci screen. And let's scan chakras. So, in those who are on the call, as was said, I'm in a conference, so there will be movement coming back and forth. And I would like to say too that I'm at the lake, and swans have just graced our presence.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that looks so beautiful there.
Yeah,
Is it
swimming in front of us?
Oh, I feel like I'm there right now.
It is.
It's sunny? Is it sunny?
Oh, yeah, it is sunny. It's cool. It's sunny. It is. And so the water, because it's windy, the water looks like diamonds. And then the sun shining on it is just glittery like diamonds. And then you have the swans that are swimming around in a little circle.
Oh,
very nice.
Photo. Actually, what I could do, Gayle,
is that?
If you can, please, I said, please take a photo. If you can send me the photo, I can send it to everybody with the instructions and some information about your book.
Well, since I'm on my phone, I'm not going to take the chance of dropping the call. But if they're still out when I get finished, then I will take a picture. And if not, I'll take a picture tomorrow and we can forward it on.
Thank you.
I'm going to be on this side today. Okay, so we did the chakras. So here, let's see, that's, I'm trying to open that up. So that's the crown chakra and the heart chakra oh, needing a little bit of attention. So this is your call on clients. You can either put the highs that are in red and the lows, or you can put them all in. For me, this just gives me a direction that says that the crown chakra needs some attention, and I have to lie, I did not do my breath work this morning. We just have been moving at a fast pace this morning. So crown, I like to put in all the chakras. So you can focus on one chakra if you want, but for me, I like to balance the whole body, but it just gives a direction. So here it says the crown chakra is on the high side, needing attention. The heart chakra needs some attention, and the sacral chakra, the second chakra. So that's, oh, and the throat chakra, speaking. So I'll put those all in. And when you're finished with that, let's go back to emotions and see if there's any emotions that are attached to this. And we are scanning. So the emotions really give us, again, a direction. And I find oftentimes when something comes up, either at a high or a low with somebody, I'll say, like, anger is -3. I'll say, oh, do you have any anger issues? And my client will say, oh, no, I'm good. I said, okay, well, we're just going to slide anger in because there appears to be some hidden or repressed anger, so we'll just put it in. So maybe it'll come up for you later. So we're going to go ahead and slide anger down because that's a -3. And you can scroll in. Now, with the colors here, for those who don't know, the red is more acute and the yellow is more conscious. So you can have sometimes unconscious issues that have acute moments that pop up, and it can create that same scene, different play if you don't address the core issue. There can be issues that are deep in the subconscious that aren't on the surface at the moment, but you can still slide those in and work on a deeper level to clear those for the future. And anything that has an acute, I have found almost always has an underlying weakness. So if you have a very acute emotional issue or number going on, you can find that there will be a chronic issue on the back side of it as well. So when you work with the quantum infinity, the beautiful thing is you balance both of them. So when you scroll down, Karen, what shows up that's highlighted in red for?
So there's grief.
Acute.
So there's about a 30-second delay. Oh, there we are.
Okay.
And grief.
Grief. Grief is a good one. And, you know, let's go ahead and put in grief, especially with the quantum resonance. With all that's going on with the world today and with the politics, there is a lot of grief there. And when issues, there's family issues. We're moving through some very powerful times on energetic and planetary, and it's last month we had the black moon, and then this month we had the first of 3 supermoons. The next November will be a supermoon, December will be a supermoon. So you have 4 really powerful moons in a row, 4 months in a row. What close as they are to the Earth now, the moon has a huge magnetic pull to it, so it does shift the energy on Earth. On full moons, they always double staff or up the staff at hospitals. More babies are born on a full moon than at any other time, and the energy is very high electromagnetically, and there are more incidences, we'll just say, incidences in the emergency rooms on full moons. And it's a time that people are more agitated, and we have the elections coming up, and there's just a lot of grief and worry about the outcome of the election, of humanity, of the earth in general, and ourselves. So grief is it's a good one to put in there. And what was the other one? That's
further down, lust. Do you have any lust going on there?
It's what?
Any lust. Do you have any lust going on?
Oh, you know. It could be one of those things. Is that loathing that's up above it? Okay, so put in loathing. I'm loathing all the political ads.
We all. Okay. Anything else you'd like to put in there?
And we can also balance. Yes, we can also balance out with some positive. Let's put in the positives like love, hope. I'm going to let you just scan through and whatever positives you want to put in. Ecstasy, gratitude. Gratitude is one of those emotions that I slide into the multi-layer on almost all of my client sessions. I find too that we have a tendency to step out of gratitude, and as soon as we step out of gratitude, everything starts to kink up, things start to not work, life gets hectic. So in those times for me, when I'm moving into a hecticness, if I stop and I move back into a place of gratitude, everything starts to calm and smooth out again. So let's put gratitude in there.
Yeah, thank you so much for that reminder.
You're welcome. Okay. So with this, now if we could go back to the Da Vinci screen. Let's go. Do you have the Young Living panel?
I do. Yeah.
Karen?
Yeah. I'm just going into it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's scan blends, and that way we can, there's already specific formulas like belief and harmony, highest potential, joy. There is a gratitude in there. So once you scan the essential oils, you know, you could do, for those of you that are new, and you know, for any quantum infinity practitioner, really just working with the emotions and the blends, if you just work on those, and add, follow your guidance again, add the solfeggio frequencies. You can do a phenomenal workup and shift energy really fast using the energy of the Young Living essential oil blends, using the emotions, using the chakras. These frequencies are so pure, and even though they're coming through the quantum infinity, the frequencies with this panel, they were the actual substance that was imprinted, and so you have just that higher extra dose of frequency, and it does shift the body really fast. So
Gayle, you're cutting in and out.
in the oil.
Okay, can hear you now.
Okay, so scan the oils. Tell me what. Okay. There's a 3-second delay on the webinar, and there's a delay from the webinar to my phone. So.
And there's a delay on the infinity coming up on the screen. Okay, so we've got release.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So release is really good because it helps you move through easier the emotions that are locked in, whether they're acute in the moment or they're chronically in the body. If there's something that's been locked in the cells, release helps release the energetics from the body and the cellular structure. Is that the only one that showed up?
I believe it was, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Yes, it was, yeah. In the notaries. Do you want me to put the notaries in there?
Okay, you can.
Yeah,
And then B and E is what I think. It's very small on my phone. It's as large as it's going to get, though.
Okay. Yeah.
So with the nose shears, again, if you are unfamiliar with the nosiers, if you could tap on the white question mark again, here you have the description of the nosiers. And we'll read. If you would read those for me, just
Yeah.
A, B, C. You don't have to read the whole thing, Karen, if you don't want to, but give a brief overview of what each one is.
Yeah. So at the bottom, there's like a summary. It says the analgesic frequencies are E and G. The regenerating frequencies are A, B, and F. And then the muscle relaxing frequencies are C, D, and G.
So we had the muscle, we have B and C.
Yeah, the muscle relaxing frequencies are C, D, and G.
And what's above that?
The regenerating frequencies are A, B, and F. And the analgesic, yeah.
So we pulled, sorry for the delay, we pulled the regenerative frequencies and the muscle frequencies. So that's letting you know that it is in the body and we are healing it on a cellular level within the body. And because we are electromagnetic beings, when we heal the body, it moves out and we are connected to all things. So when we shift, those around us shift and those around them shift, and it is a continual process of raising quantum resonance. Okay, so let's now go back to the Da Vinci screen and we can scan sacred geometries. And then, Karen, I was going to have you put gratitude in in the mix from the Young Living, and I forgot. So once we get finished with this panel, we could skip back and put gratitude in.
Will do.
So it looks like we have golden ratio. Is that recursive?
Yeah, recursive geometries and square root.
Okay, so the golden ratio is the golden means, and it's one of those frequencies, and in mathematic ratios, it is in every living thing is the golden ratio. And it's the ratio in our bodies between our fingers and the joints, and the relationship between the wrist and the elbow. There's certain dimensions and measurements, and that coordinates with all of life is on this golden means. And there's wonderful books out on the golden mean and the golden ratio. So it's, if you aren't familiar with that, each one of these topics is a wonderful topic and could have its own webinar, but I'll just do the highlights with the golden ratio. But the golden ratio and the golden means runs through everything, every living thing. The recursive geometries are patterns like the flower of life symbol. There's the flower of life, and when you put several together, it becomes the seed of life, and it becomes an overlapping. Each petal is the beginning and the end of another flower of life, and it becomes a matrix. So recursive geometries are multiple layers of the same frequency and the same pattern. And so that goes through our body, and it goes around the earth as well. And square root, I'm not even going to go into square root. That's a little too mathematical for me at the moment, but we're going to put all of those into the multilayer.
Okay. And then go back and put gratitude in?
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry, from the oils.
From the oils, yes. And when you finish that, let's scan solfeggio frequencies.
Okay.
Now, we're showing you a workup where I'm choosing the areas that I would like to see, and this for the harmonics and raising the frequency and the resonance of myself and humanity and the planet. So this is a direction that my intuition and my guidance gave me. So you can either go choose your own direction, use your intuition to what comes up, or you can let the quantum infinity guide you with what comes up when you scan the Da Vinci screen.
Can you see the screen okay, Gayle, or would you like me to read those out?
You can read them out.
Okay, so you've got the 285 hertz perfect note completing the circle, and then 417 hertz undoing situations and facilitating change, and then the 741 hertz, which is soul awakening intuition.
Okay, so let's put all three of those, and the undoing situations, that's a really good one. And we can put those in. Let's do the 528, because that works on the DNA. We can work on that. And the third one down, liberating guilt and fear. Let's go ahead and put that one in as well. And now there are directions that Karen sent out from this previous webinar. So it does give you directions on which to scan. So we can go into spiritual protection, and then let's go to, right. All right. Then we'll go down to tapping on the brain icon. So with spiritual protection, and a lot of these too are open to your interpretation. The frequencies that are in this category. Oh, we're in the brainwaves. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
So
I skipped.
with scanning the brainwaves, okay, that's all right.
Okay.
So that's all right. So with the brainwave activity is very powerful. So if someone is too hyper, you see these people that buzz around, zzz, and they're just flitting around, and they talk really fast. They kind of mow you over. They're usually in a high beta, and they need to come down and relax. And people say, "Oh, I can't relax. I can't relax. I just can't relax." Playing alpha, theta, or delta waves will bring them down. Alpha waves will just bring them into a place of balance. It'll just lower the brain frequencies and bring them into a nice, peaceful, harmonious calm. If you are sluggish and you need to learn, or you need to be sharp on your wits and quick-minded, you can play a low beta, which is good because it puts you into a hyper-learning state. Alpha can be good in this place too. If you are too sluggish and unmotivated, you could be stuck in theta. So using an alpha or a low beta will bring you into balance. If you want to meditate, you can put in theta, alpha, theta, or delta, which will really take you in deep. If you're preparing for sleep, delta is a really good one. Theta and delta are good for bringing the body down. And gamma is really nice. So each of these frequencies have alpha runs with the Schumann resonance. It runs in the neighborhood of the 7.83. And this is the perfect balance when the brain is in balance, when the body's in balance. The alpha state is also the Schumann resonance, and that's the space between the Earth's mantle and the ionosphere. And it's what the astronauts go out into space. So they actually now have, with the beamer technology, they found that when they're out in space, they are missing the alpha or the Schumann wave or resonance, and it's that 7.83 frequency that keeps the body in balance. So the alpha state is very, very powerful and very healing for our bodies. And the astronauts found that when they did put themselves in that frequency of alpha and the Schumann resonance, their bone loss reversed, so they stopped having bone loss, muscle wasting. They were able to have nutrition and cell uptake with nutrition, and excrete toxins from the body. being in that Schumann resonance in the 7.83 in the alpha state. So it's a very important frequency to be in and to monitor yourself. And if you're feeling off, you can just do a quick little dose for yourself with a quantum infinity. You can just put the geodes onto your wrist and run the frequencies and just bathe yourself in the brainwave frequencies. And I would like to say with the gamma waves, the difference with the gamma wave, you have all of these brain waves going on in your brain at the same time. Just one is more dominant than the other. So what happens when you are in the gamma state of brainwave activity, you are actually engaging the entire brain, all the lobes at one time from back to front, and you will have a frequency charge running through the brain that will be approximately cycles per second. So from the brainstem to the frontal lobes, you will have this brainwave pattern repeat itself at least 40 times per second. And this is a state when people go into their light bodies, when they go into the healing mode. This state is what is being accessed when the whole brain, because the heart is accessed in this, the whole heart, the glia brain, all kinds of it goes together. Long dissertation on that one. So, and so you can, let's put alpha in there. Okay. The alpha state down in the multi-layer. And then let's go ahead and if you put the timer on 1 minute or 2 minutes, we can run a frequency and
on the brain,
see where we're at. Go down into the multi-layer. You put in the high alpha. Was there a low alpha?
Yeah, so I put the high, low, and the low, high beta as well. And just
okay, that's good.
1 minute scan?
Yes, please. So when you do, just for knowing, because you had that little pop-up window come, when you don't have the headpiece connected, you're going to get that little pop-up. Just go ahead and tap out of it. It says that you don't have any accessories connected. And if you don't have it, you're still going to run the alpha frequency through. But when you do have it attached, and you will actually then see the patterns, correct? There's a different screen that you have. Is that correct?
Yeah. Did you want to put anything in the, yeah, last time we did this, when we did the brain, we couldn't see anything else that was in the multi-layer. So I'm just wondering if when we go, whether they'll be there. Did you want to put anything in the balance RX scale?
We could. Let's see. What would we like to? Is there anything that came into your mind? So for right now, let's just go ahead and run the multi-layer and see where we're at with that.
Okay.
Did you want to go back to the Da Vinci screen and get out of brainwave activity?
Yeah, let's just, I'm trying to see, look, the only thing showing there is the multi-layer. So I think that's a glitch. I remember this last time, and actually Annette brought it up too, that once you go into the brain, everything seems to disappear from the multi-layer. So it's probably a good idea to do the brain. Yeah, it might be a good idea to do the brain first. The brain panel first, then do everything else. We'll get all this corrected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So for right now, because we have the high alpha in there, go ahead. with what I found with the brain activity, that you can only run one frequency. You can't run multiple frequencies. So you choose one frequency, whether it's low alpha, high alpha, high. I really wouldn't put high beta in there unless you're really lethargic. And we can run this, and then we can do an aura scan and just see where our numbers are at. So we learn something new every day.
Yeah, this must be
in one form or another.
Amen.
And then if you want to save your aura pictures, you can do a screenshot where you depress the on-off button on your iPad and the home button on the bottom. If you press them at the same time, you will scan. Oh, now see how beautiful that is, just shifting the alpha waves. Very intense. So you can still see that the right angles are there, so that's the same energetic pattern is coming through, but it is shifted color. So there's more attraction and there's more spirituality coming in. That's a beautiful picture.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to do anything to increase the alignment, harmony, energy flow?
We can. So if you go back to the screens that we could do, that any of the screens that we did earlier, so you could go back to the Young Living panels and slide in the gratitude and release, or the emotions. You can put in the chakras. I'll let you just decide which ones you would like to add in. And then people can write in questions. If you have questions, this would be a good time to do questions.
All right. Does anybody have any questions again? Get the questions here. Janet, hi Janet. Janet's asking if you're willing to share the Young Living panel or provide the complete list. I don't know whether that got resolved, Gail, with Susan. Maybe we can speak about that after the webinar.
Okay, that would be good. So we do have a panel. It is kind of in limbo at the moment. We're trying to get access. I shared this with someone who is in control of it at the moment. So we do have the panels available. If you don't hear anything within the next week, 2 weeks, then please give Karen a jingle, send her an email. So we are trying to resolve that, and we will have the full panels available and the full updated panels available very soon.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so is there anything you'd like to add from the Young Living? Yeah. Highest potential.
Yeah, it's so small on my screen, I can't see what you've put in.
Okay, it's got it's coming up with highest potential Raven and Sacred Mountain.
Okay, put in highest potential. This is one of my favorites. I wear this as a perfume often. I like highest potential and frankincense, the combination. It's really good. So I, when I'm going into meditation, or if I'm going to be creative, if I'm going into session, highest potential, so I put highest potential on and it just raises my frequency, and I'm holding the thought that I am whatever I'm doing, whether it's channeling or making jewelry or working on a client, my highest and greatest good, my highest potential is going to come through in this moment. So I love, love, love highest potential. I wear highest potential when I'm writing, so when I'm working on the book, highest potential, and I find that all of a sudden I'll look up and it'll be 3-4 hours have gone by. And sometimes it's when the battery of my computer announces that I need to be plugged in. So highest potential is really good on many levels.
It's a beautiful fragrance.
It is. Mm-hmm. And did we put gratitude in?
Oh, thanks for reminding me. Did you want to do a 1-minute scan on those, Gayle?
Yes, please. And then we can see how it shifts and raises the percentage of balance and harmony. These colors are so pretty. It's very nice.
Oh, and then spiritual protection. I skipped that one. You want to go back to that?
When this is finished, we can, yes. And we'll see what the percentages. So I'll talk about percentages. Because sometimes when you're working with a client and working with yourself, so the percentage will be low, and as you're bringing yourself into balance, the percentage goes high, and you might get to like 78, and then you drop down to a 28, say. When that happens, it's letting you know that you're peeling away another layer of emotion, of frequency. We have, when we're born, we are born with a signature frequency, and then every experience we have has an energetic frequency to it that gets overlaid onto our body. So our body has the brilliance to integrate and shift and dissolve and cleanse and remove frequencies that are not wanted, but sometimes with trauma, the overlaid matrix then of a certain experience, that frequency starts running the show. And when you are ill, you have issues, whether it's emotional or physical, everything has a frequency to it. But as you start to heal and you peel away these layers, as you go through life, you build these matrices, these overlays, and it's like peeling that onion. So as you come up to a higher frequency and then you drop back to a lower frequency, rejoice because you've just cleared away a layer that no longer serves you. So continue to bring yourself back into balance. So are you scanning?
I'm going to scan right now.
Okay. You could have been scanning while I was talking.
What you were saying, I got totally distracted. There we are.
So those frequencies are always, always nice. What I do like is to have a movement, at least of 10 degrees. If somebody is stuck, go back and find either an emotion or an essential oil or a solfeggio frequency. Find something that will move them up, and at least move them up into at least 10 degrees, 10%, so that leaves them in a better place than they were. I don't like to leave somebody in a low frequency because you've just switched on all of that uncomfortability, what needs to be shifted. And it will work itself out because you've put it active into the body, but raising somebody up at least 10 points, 10 numbers, is really good. If that's the best you can do, that's the best you can do. They're saturated, and then you come back, bring them back on another session. But I try to work almost always. You'll find that if you work with the emotions and you work with the Young Living oils, you will be able to balance out somebody and move them into that unconditional love, which lets you know that they're saturated and they've had as much healing as they can do for today. And where did we go with the percentage?
Well, yeah, I was looking at psychic attack, but interesting. Is there anything else that you would like to put in there from spiritual protection, Gayle, other than those three?
No, that's good.
Okay.
So here's where the FTHG, for those who don't know, that stands for the highest good. And then we can do a 1-minute scan and just see what happens.
Yeah, it's actually going to finish scanning before we see it finishing because of the delay.
Okay. And then you can tell us what the percentage is.
Well, they've increased quite a lot, huh?
Of course, we're working with frequency.
Yeah. Yeah, I did an interview yesterday with somebody that he used to work with me way back in the days of the SKIO, and we were talking about the differences between the SKIO and the Infinity, and just about, you know, the future being frequency in general. It's a very interesting interview. Okay, so
it looks like it lowered.
mm-hmm.
Okay. So that goes along with what I was just saying.
Right.
So then you can go back in and add what area. Let's do emotions. Or we could scan chakras again.
Oh, that's
Do you
so
want to
funny.
do recheck?
Yeah, it's so funny you said that. For some reason, I went to chakras rather than emotions, right as you were saying that. Okay, so do a recheck.
And recheck is a way. Now, do you want to explain recheck, Karen?
So it's my understanding is that it's doing like the before and after, like you were explaining with the aura.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you have to check the boxes of the ones that you want.
Did you want to add any others, Gayle, or just?
And then, well, for right now, we can just do those. You can add others when you're doing another scan, but at least you get the understanding. And then we'll just check those because they're the highest. Are you scanning?
Okay. We've got to input the name of the first. What would you like to put in there, Gayle?
Oh, that's. You have to type it. Crown.
You just want to put the crown. Okay.
Crown heart.
I'll get rid of this box here.
Okay, and we are scanning. So as you can see, now the crown and the heart chakra have shifted. Are they, do you remember what they were before?
I
Because
don't.
now they're in green.
Yeah, I should have took
Okay, so
a screenshot of the chakra panel as well as the aura panel.
So when I'm in my office and I'm working with somebody, I will write down the ones that I'm checking, that I'm rechecking. I will write down the frequencies that they were, and then when I recheck them to see how closer they are to balance. You can do all of these if you choose, or you can do like we did here, just with the ones that are high and need attention. And that would be your choice.
You want to go back, Gayle?
We can. So we're coming up close to the end of the hour. Are there any more questions? And so while you're looking for questions, I can say, so here you would just follow your intuition and try to move the frequency of the overall ratio and alignment as high as you can to 100, which will put you into that 528 hertz frequency.
Do you want to just do that, Gayle? Should we just run the 528 and see whether that?
Okay. Yes.
1 minute? Okay. I remember you saying on a previous webinar that if you don't have much time, you just go into this panel and you just do the 528 hertz until it's saturated.
Yes. Because the body, everything is frequency. Our body's frequency, unconditional love, is the highest frequency that heals the body. Unconditional love, forgiveness, gratitude. If you carry those with you every day and in every moment, you can't help but have a healthy, happy, prosperous life.
Right.
And the quantum infinity, when you have those blocks, will help move you through.
Yeah, well, we'll get these glitches fixed with the brain panel. But right now, it might be better to just do the brain first before doing any of the other panels.
Yes, and it's good. You really just need to just choose one brain wave, because that's what you're bringing into balance. You don't want to put multiple brain wave frequencies in at the same time, just one. So that does make sense to do it first.
Mm-hmm. Wow, okay, they've come up. They look pretty good now.
Alrighty. So with that, I would say that would be, we have a significant change. That would be a good place. If you have time, you can run another few minutes to bring it to balance. You know, go with your intuition. The frequency, the beautiful thing about quantum infinity, you can't overdo it. When you're saturated and the body's in balance and it's had all that it's going to have, then everything, like a full glass of water, everything else runs over. And your body will integrate it as it is able, and when it's ready, you can begin again.
Yay. Well, thank you, Gayle. It was beautiful. And we look forward to seeing and hearing more about your book.
Oh, yes. It will be nice. I definitely will let you know.
Yeah, thank you. And then
when it comes out.
I'll send that by email to everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
I'm going to sign off for now, and I will chat with all of you later. Thank you so much for coming on the call with us this morning or this afternoon, and many blessings.
Yeah, thank you, Gayle, and thank you all. Have a wonderful day. And please give our love to Mary, Gayle.
Okay, will do. Bye now.
God bless. Bye-bye.